Very nice. Yeah, we just upgraded our software, so now we get to try different things for the restream. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. This is what, number 3, number 4?
This is gonna be number. I think we did like a test one, but this is our third one on here. So this, I think, our fourth one in total.
Okay, fourth one in total.
Yeah.
Very cool. So yeah, let's introduce what we're doing, I guess, each time. So this is myself, Mike, and Izzy, and we are, I guess, going behind the glove, as we get to call it. So we're just talking about stuff, each week we kind of wrap up the business, 15, 20 minutes, trying to get better at doing this live or doing this in front of people, basically. So thanks for everyone who tunes in or watches this video, because we're going to post them on YouTube. I think we're kind of figuring all this out, but just making more content in general, telling a bit more about ourselves and what's going on behind the business and what's going to come. This has been our first kind of full year.
And we are on TikTok now too. So that's another perk to upgrading. So anybody likes to watch TikTok live, we're on there as well.
Yeah. Have we been doing much on TikTok recently? I guess we have.
I'm trying to figure that out. Honestly, it's like I told you last time, like with the business account, it's just like the music and that side of things, the editing, we're so limited, I feel like, on TikTok right now to have like the trending stuff, the things that like are catchy to the people who are on TikTok. So yeah, just trying to figure out if we're still going to do the business account or if we just want to make it. I mean, I know like we're promoting a business, but I don't know if we want to like go through that right now or.
Yeah, probably.
Just like when I do edits on like
boring side of things that we have to do every week.
It's like Instagram edits. I edit videos on there for Instagram, but I also don't know how well those videos will do on TikTok, right? Does TikTok notice that you're editing the video on Instagram edits, and then if you repost it onto TikTok, does it notice that, and does it like stop you? Does it want it to use your software? So that's one thing I've been thinking about too. Like,
for sure, I think it does. I mean, we're speculating a bit about the algorithm, but I feel like that's what we've talked about too, even just like in posting for our business. Like, it's like, I think these algorithms recognize the content like of the video, and if it's like business oriented, they sometimes limit that versus like a more organic feel,
Yeah.
I feel like, and that's why like one of the reasons behind trying to do stuff like this is just like, I think that organic side of, less polished, more organic is pretty good to feed the algorithm. Somebody told me like in the ads world, which is like a good analogy, that like you really need to feed the algorithm's like, a hungry person. And if you feed it like, I don't know, post stuff, or like you're bringing in people that doesn't resonate or doesn't bring organic traffic, it's kind of like food. It's like, you need to feed it with the right type of food, and typically like great food for the human body is organic, and then great food for algorithms is like organic traffic.
That's a good way to put it. I mean, it's a great way to put it. Yeah, I was like listening to this thing recently. I listened to this podcast talking about kind of just social media and marketing. And I guess that something that's doing better is carousels right now. Carousels seem to be outperforming reels.
Really?
Yeah. It's like a newer, more trending thing in the algorithm that's going on is that carousels actually are starting to outperform reels. So it's just something to look into and see like if we can find a strategy that we post carousels that will work best for us.
How do you find, like, when you go on Instagram, I guess I don't use TikTok that much, but let's say on Instagram, do you feel you're more in like the video like scroll component, like reel section, or do you feel like you more scroll in the photos?
It depends. Like if the reels, like if I go and click on something, then I can get stuck in the reels. But then if not, then I'm just on my timeline and then I'll look. To be honest, I enjoy scrolling through YouTube more. I think I talked about this before. Yeah, I just enjoy a lot more. I think it's more tailored to what you like to watch. Where Instagram, it's like the algorithm just tries to feed you what's popular in pop culture and different things and Where YouTube, it's like I like to watch, documentary style stuff, or different little things that I like to watch, golf videos, but it's more tailored. Like you can click on a golf video in Instagram and then scroll up, and then it'll be something that's not golf related, be something completely different. But when you're on YouTube, I find that it's more consistently like golf every time you're on that, like shorts.
Yeah, so you're saying like on the shorts component, that's where you're really like using the. Yeah, see, that's that. The flip side of that for me is that I have like a select amount of channels that I watch on YouTube, and I find it just like regurgitates too much of the same thing sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, I try to follow like the photography, like just random stuff like golf and videos and things like that. So it'll be more like towards what I want to watch, and still give me a variety of like new people who are in that space. But yeah, like if I do want to watch just random stuff that has like nothing, it's Instagram. I feel like it's really good at just giving you stuff that keeps you hooked, like those reels or things that keep you hooked, that are doing really well, and the algorithm keeps putting that out to people. So
yeah.
And I feel like, I've been looking at like Instagram, and before you used to be able to add like topics. Like I don't know if you can anymore. I've been looking for that space. Maybe it doesn't do it for reels, only for photos. But do you remember you used to be able to add like 3 topics that had to do with your company or your business or what your post was about? So you can do it be business, entrepreneurship, and then you can add golf in there, and then you could do like fashion or travel or something like that. But I can't find that.
You mean before, like when you're structuring the post, and then before it goes, you publish
Right.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
I remember that. Yeah.
you target that audience, but it doesn't do that anymore. It feels like the algorithm does that for you on its own now, because I don't see that component to Instagram anymore.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, I remember seeing that component and then like posting, like choosing that and then posting, but I don't remember it from like the consumer side of like, did I ever had to select like, okay, I'm interested in golf stuff, I just wonder if that was like it was almost like an algorithm calibration system from like their side. It was like, well, let's make sure this is about golf before we post it.
And it was the same thing for me, like when it tells you like, you can select on videos that you're not interested in and things that you aren't interested in. Like I was able to select things that I wasn't interested in, but then I was never able to select stuff that I was interested in. And I always found that confusing. I'm like,
yeah,
do I have to just like the video, and that alone will tell the algorithm that I'm interested in this stuff? And
yeah, they recently made
it's fun.
Yeah, we've talked about this too, but like one great person to follow on Instagram is I don't know if he's a CEO or whatever, the Adam Mosseri guy.
Yeah, he pops up on my stuff all the time now.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like it's pretty cool that like, I mean, it's good for him to do that in that way, because obviously they're pushing that like, founder-driven content or like behind-the-scenes content, and he kind of embodies that. And I actually find it really valuable. Like if people are interested in trying to grow or like understand the way the algorithm works more. And yeah, he said like I saw one recently that was like, he talked about that new change. I don't know if you've seen that at the bottom, where now it's like the messages is in the bottom middle of the screen. Have you seen that?
I don't know if I saw that one. No.
Oh, wait till you get that change. It's such a trip.
The messages are where, you said?
Yeah, because you're so used to going like top right corner, right?
Oh, okay.
And then getting into the messages that way. And like he was just talking about like,
oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And he was just talking about like, implementing changes and just how people like anytime in a business, I feel like, you implement these changes that you think are like ahead of the time, and people either do just get used to it and like follow that vision, or it's like really challenging. And this is one of those updates where you're like, I still can't, I'm still trying to do that through muscle memory, like top right.
But like Netflix did something recently too, where they like upgraded their thing. They would only give you like 10 movies within a genre to like try to choose from. I think it's because people were like being so indecisive, but then I hated it. And then I think it's back now. Like I think they got enough like, people going like, hey, I don't like this. Like you guys got to change it back. Cause now it feels like it's back to its original. Right. And so
totally.
Yeah. It's just funny how like you get used to something for so long and then it just goes away. But nobody remembers what Instagram was like when it first started, like from then to now, like now it's normal for us. So it's always a younger generation that
I
really
know.
like changes it and adapts it to. Next thing you know, we'll be just seeing a whole bunch of AI like tools on there. We already see AI tools on there, but it'll be a lot more implemented. So
Yeah, this is a big thing too in like the ads world, because like, for example, we've been trying to do our ads for like BFC. Well, we did them for BFCM. We went through all that, and then we were doing it for the holiday sales period as well. And just more and more is like, in the past you had a really structured ad format. So it's like, okay, this is the image I'm going to use. These are the copies I'm going to use. Like, I'm going to test it against this copy. And you kind of like are in control of your own testing. But now it's like you put an image of a glove up there, right? Or a golfer, or whatever we want to show. And like the Meta AI system just like takes over this ad. It's just like showing pretty much whatever the hell it wants. Like, it's
yeah,
really confusing, and I feel bad for me. It's like, okay, well, it's my business, so it's like at the end the ad just has to really work for me and whoever. But yeah, if you're like a client, like if you're on the agency side and you're trying to, your client's like, I have these specific guidelines for my brand, and you publish these ads, and it's just doing whatever it wants with the ad, you know. And I think it's getting to a point where, like, as a business, like, like our business, you're just gonna have, like, we can just, I don't know, maybe 3D scan or something like that our product, and the whole ads generation or like content system might just be like Meta coming up with stuff, on your behalf. Like, oh, this works, even if it's not related to anything that you really want to, like, taking over, I guess, that like vision side of your brand,
yeah.
which is like useful because it's like cost effective in that way. But
I'll have to find the video I was watching. This is like really, I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head, but it was like this really like big brand that we all know, famous brand. But to beat AI, they created this video that would seem like it was AI, but they spent so much work and detail into the video that it was like all made, just how it's always been made. And everybody thought it was AI, but it's just like now artists are trying to find a way to still kind of also
every
compete.
human in their video had like 3 fingers or something like that.
Huh?
That's like a giveaway with, like I'm saying in the video,
Two fingers. Yeah, who did it? There was like a mural or something that was done in New York or something like that. They did like this huge mural, and it's like if you zoom, it's massive, but if you zoom in, there's like dogs that are all misshaped and like all these crazy things. Like it's like what?
Yeah.
Still not perfected, so but it's getting there, man. I remember just like 2 years ago when we were first like starting to mess around with, AI, generated images, and now they're different. It's really good compared to 2 years ago. It's just
Yeah, for sure. I remember the videos, like the first videos that came out were just like a huge trip of like,
yeah, it's just random. Like what is going on? I
and now
remember I
it's,
tried to get like, some golf images and stuff like that, and they just look wonky. But now it's like real. It looks really good.
yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
We'll
I
have to
know.
navigate that as
What's the
well.
future of those kind of things, Like, yeah, I don't know. It goes on and on. Like, I do think there's a world in which, like, I think Meta would love, or any of these big companies. I mean, they have the glasses now, right? So it's like, I almost think that they want to basically capture like the majority of things that happen in everybody's life daily, even if it's boring, just to like have enough data to essentially,
And then once
I
it
don't know,
gets too
create a
boring,
world.
yeah, once it gets too boring, they're just gonna generate like an AI world. I mean, you look at that
Exactly.
like the movies, like Ready Player One. Like
Yes.
everybody lives behind the glasses, but they're their own personality, their own person. They like go and do these challenges. They make friendships. They, like feel like that movie was spot on. Like there's gonna be a lot of that going on. Especially because
Yeah.
people like all the tech people who make these products love these movies, and they're like, let's do that. let's do
I know
that.
that's such a thing though of the past, like I don't know, I'm sure of like all time, but like if you look at like 80s sci-fi even like Star Wars and stuff with like AI robots and stuff, I'm like, we're basically there now. Like, you know,
Yeah,
okay,
like
Terminator
iRobot woman.
yeah, Terminator and stuff, but like honestly, I've seen some of these like bots from California that they're trying to like put into people's homes and stuff, and like they look pretty Star Wars. Man. I mean, they're probably useless.
I don't know if I would want a robot in my house. Like,
Yeah, it's like
I don't know
creepy.
if I would want that.
I know. But then again, when you were a kid, you're like, you saw Star Wars and you were like, man, I'd love to have like C3PO hanging around. He was a legend.
Yeah.
So, it's like,
These
and
robots are so advanced.
there's like this new thing with like some creators where they, online and stuff, or like streamers where they, just hang around all day with like a AI creature in like their headset, you know? So it's like they put on a headset, they film themselves, and then they're hanging out with like an AI person, and they speak to it, and it has a personality, and it comes back to them. You know, it's wild.
Yeah, human interaction is gonna change. That's for sure. Like how people are. Like, you know, you can have a conversation with an AI individual and talk about anything. And I mean, hopefully, it helps build confidence in a lot of people. You know, but it's also gonna like keep people from going outside and getting rejected and dealing with rejection. Like, are these AI things gonna help with rejection? You know, are they gonna reject you too, or probably not? You know, they don't want that. It's not good for business. You know, so it's like there's like this whole thing that goes into it, and it's gonna be interesting to see. You know, major reason why I don't want kids either. You know, I don't want my kid to try to figure out and navigate growing up through all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably been worse times in human history to, you know, have a kid.
Definitely.
Plague or something was bad, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anyways, okay, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what a lot
This
of
is
this.
what we do. I'm
Yeah,
behind the so.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, I mean, the purpose of like some of this is just to come on. Like last week, we talked about a lot about new products coming in. We showed off some of the new products. Those are really on their way. We've got like, yeah, I'd say we're really pushing into like ladies' gloves as an option next year. I think that's going to be a big push to like open up a new customer segment and kind of new market opportunity. And we've got a couple of gloves coming too, as early as January, February, and then another one coming as we kind of like roll into the season. And we've got like a new men's glove on the way. So we've got lots to come, experimenting with some other products and things like that. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting stuff there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the Black Friday did good. I think you said you were telling me that you're out of almost all your stock. So
yeah, that is a thing, you know. So yeah, as you know, any small business, it's been kind of our first full year, and we kind of have all like the good problems that, well, good and bad problems that small businesses have, and that's like one of them is, yeah, we did a lot of holiday sales going on, and we're still doing some sales kind of leading up to, you know, the holidays, Christmas holidays. But yeah, we are pretty limited in sizing across like major hand sizes. So that's something we also like for next year. We're going to do a better job of kind of getting that stock correct in terms of like how much we need for each size. So we're getting, yeah, improving that as a business, and hopefully we have a little bit less of that problem next year for like customers who are, you know, yeah, wanting to get our gloves but can at the moment.
yeah, I'm guessing you have a lot of XL. So anybody with big hands, reach out.
For some reason, I thought large, like in my head when I was like thinking about stock planning, yeah, as we like started this project up, I thought large would be the biggest, like the major size, you know, like I thought for sure. And by a mile, it's medium large. So
Yeah. It's just that nice in between, you know, and
exactly.
then
That's
gloves.
the thing. Nobody wants to be medium. They're like, you know, I have a pretty big hand, you know.
Yeah.
So they go with medium large apparently.
Medium large is good, and then I mean it stretches out, you know, your hand, and it doesn't stretch out a lot. These gloves as well, you know, because they have that mesh in a lot of them.
Yeah.
But people tend with that idea in mind buy a bigger, or be like, oh, they're gonna stretch out, but then it's like true too, like medium large in gloves, like you don't really deal with that in clothing. You don't really deal with like a medium large shirt or a medium. So I think people are like confused, or probably were confused, but we do have that sizing. You have that sizing guide on the website. But yeah, the medium large is just, it's a good in between. And if you're confused, so I think, yeah, that's going to be good for next year.
Yeah. And it's something we put in this year too on the website is like, we have a kind of like a checkout plus where you can do easy returns or exchanges. Cause that's what we find too, is like some customers, they need to order like 2-3 sizes, like let's say a medium or medium large. And then I think once they get they try our products, they love it. We have like a lot of customers coming back, but you don't get that in-person experience unless you're with one of our like retail partners, so it's, that's one of the reasons we implemented that. So people can kind of like try things, get their size in our gloves and then go from there. One thing, I don't even know if we've talked about this that much, but I've also like started to plan some ideas for, we have this next wave of products coming, and they're of course like the ladies gloves, but then we also have that men's glove coming, which is kind of like an improvement or a variation on some of our existing models, like the classic one and the touch one. But we're also looking at developing like a brand new glove. It's pretty tech heavy, and it's all going to be with very early stages, but it's going to be with like a ton of kind of cool, innovative material engineering, actually. And some of the materials we're trying to use or thinking about using is like copper weave technology. So in Korea, they engineered like this mesh, sport mesh, basically, where they weave in like copper strands into the fiber. And there's gloves out there and like other people who have done this for various like sportswear across the board. But I think we can do like a really unique take on it. And essentially what happens is like these metals, whether it's gold, silver, or copper, like these pure metals, they help the human body like circulate blood and like limit and reduce like pain through like blood circulation, essentially. I'm not a science person. I don't know all the science behind it. I'm not making any big claims, but it's not our technology. But apparently it has that effect on like the human body, these really like pure rare metals. And of course, it's like if you're making sport products and you want like more blood flow, let's say you're just doing like a brace in your knee, or you're doing like a compression sock or something like that. That's really helpful. But it's too expensive to use something like a gold weave or gold thread or silver thread. So they use copper instead. And so there's some really cool like stuff that you can do with those kind of like fibers and materials within sports products. So we're like also in the early stages of like planning something. I would say this like on that kind of innovation level, like continuing to innovate, not just produce like really cool design products, but experiment with stuff that's, I would say pretty innovative in terms of engineering. So, something we can kind of like gradually talk about too, as we're like looking to develop new stuff. Cause I think that's a component of like our products, like they're something unique and really designed uniquely and like a different approach from like a creative perspective, but they're also really top performance gloves, and gear. So I think we're trying to continue that trend as well.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see something different, especially like, that's something about Data Funk is it's about, the performance and the quality and making something utility for the golfer, right? Not just something that looks cool. It looks great, but it also feels really good and it's a great quality. But we have some people on Instagram. I think it's Quality Man International. He shouted us out. He says,
Cool.
His favorite brand. And sorry, you said you can't see us in the comments. We're using a third-party streaming called Restream. Sorry I didn't see your comment right away, but hi, Quality Man International. Appreciate you joining us. And then also Air Dub Golf. He says the copper strands sound very interesting. Yeah, they do.
Cool.
Be something cool to check out and keep a lookout on that because it's something like Mike said he's looking into and possibly working on, and maybe have a few have somebody to test try these things and see how they feel and look. So
for sure, yeah, that's a big thing. I think yeah, I think like the first, like we spent a while this, yeah, I mean, it was just a lot of hard work this year to get kind of our first like couple thousand customers, a lot of effort that way. But I think that's something that we're working on from all angles of kind of the business, like that community element and getting more people involved at early stages of how we're developing products. So I think there's definitely room for that, whether that's like early testing or whatnot. We actually have, me and Izzy have been back and forth of when we're launching kind of these new products, like the ladies and then the Origin One glove. And we do have some shipments coming in early, before the end of the year, to give to some creators and our friends, and also use them ourselves and then get content, etc., in preparation for launching that. And we think that's at least some of them are going to be launched probably around like waste management, early February.
that'd be good.
Yeah, so at least get like a little bit of traction going. And yeah, so I mean, there's lots of opportunities for that. So yeah, hopefully we can involve like everyone in terms of like people who love our products. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the season's already coming up on us quick for the new golf season, so
Yeah,
that's
for
exciting.
you, you get to golf year round, but for me, it's not coming up quick, dude.
It is. I golfed the other day, and it was just beautiful. I'm gonna post a video later of me playing a few holes. The camera died. Like I was in the back nine. Gotta kind of find your rhythm and make sure you're feeling good in the front nine. But the camera died towards the end. But just a little bit of fun out there. It's just beautiful. It's one of my favorite courses here in San Diego. For anybody in San Diego, they know it's Balboa Golf Course. I think it's Sam Snead has the course record there. And then Phil Mickelson has almost broken it, but like on purpose, he has not broken it to keep Sam Snead as the guy who has the record. So it's a beautiful course. It's like really nice. It has downtown San Diego views. The airport is, right. It's really close, so the planes are kind of coming down right above you. So you see the planes like going over downtown skyline. You see the Coronado Bridge. It's just one of the most beautiful courses, and it was just like sunny and beautiful. Sorry to rub it in for all our Canadian guys, but just a reason to come down to San Diego and
some of us have maybe played it on a simulator, so
come hang out. It's also one of the public courses we have in San Diego, so it's part of like you get like this resident card. So if you're a San Diego resident, you get cheaper rates. So I can play Torrey for like $30 at Twilight. When people are traveling across the world and pay like $200 plus to play Torrey Pine South, I can play it for like $30-$40 Twilight. I can play it for like $70 walking on a morning Torrey Pine South. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, but a lot of people say this Balboa course is tougher. I mean, Torrey is always going to be tougher in like competition, like when the Farmers is here, when they grow out the rough. But Balboa is a tough, like one of the harder places to play at. Like everybody, it's like a love-hate relationship with that course. But yeah, you'll see. I'm gonna post it up. But yeah, it's sunny out here. It's really nice. But yeah, the year round. I mean, we're going back into the golf season. What really sucks.
What glove were you using?
I was using the white Classic 31. I've been using that one. I like it. I just
with the palm patch or without?
Without.
Yeah.
But just a nice glove. It feels good. I've been wearing that glove for like I think 10 plus rounds. honestly.
I'm not surprised.
I've been taking really good care of it. But yeah, you'll see that video out there. Just play a few holes with me. That'll be fun. I actually did pretty well on these, so that was surprising. I was like, oh, finally doing well. Finding my swing, you know. But what does suck, I mean, it's like San Diego is like, you know, golf year round, so everybody wants to golf. But it's like if you don't book a tee time for 12 o'clock right now, you're not finishing your round, you know. Like even if it's 1 o'clock with the sun going down by 5 p.m., it's impossible with like the pace of play, you know. Pace of play is kind of slow right now. It's like 4.5 hours. So
Fair enough. Yeah, I didn't even really think about that component of it for you guys. So it's like it's winter in that sense, at least. Yeah.
yeah, and it's just tough to get tee times. It really is. It's just really hard
I
to
mean, the
get.
thing, honestly, here in Vancouver, like you can, especially in the summer, because it's surprisingly pretty north, you can golf pretty late into the afternoon. You know, I mean, you
Really?
can't golf really like, I guess you could if you had like the proper rain and equipment, but it's pretty rare. Well, it's not that enjoyable at the moment. Um, but yeah, it stays out late or light until like 9, 10 p.m.
That's
So
nice.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So like you can usually get like an after work like golf round in for like a better price, and it's a nice ambiance. Yeah.
Hopefully more people try to follow that, you know, grass clippings model in Arizona where they do that night course.
Hmm.
Uh, that'd be cool to see a lot more of those pop up around different places. And I feel like they will, you know, they're doing the high stakes par 3 golf leagues, you know, so you have like Dave Roberts from the Dodgers owns one of the teams. I think Justin Rose owns one of the teams too, the Roses, which is the LA team. Um, so you got people like it's become a really big multi-million-dollar thing. I mean, they're playing for $1 million, I think, or 100, maybe 100,000. But if we start seeing more of that, it'd just be cool. I think they built something really fun in Arizona where they're even, you know, they have the lights on till midnight. You can play golf till midnight. Like,
That's cool.
yeah, and it's just
I
par
think they
three.
want to, like, I think, you know, to appeal to like a younger demographic, in some ways, you kind of need to do that, right? If people have like 9 to 5 jobs, like obviously there's a big component of golf that, yeah, for people who have the time or like retired or whatever, that's a big part of the golf market. But if you, that's why I think some of that like explosion in the simulator stuff, night
Yeah,
golf, like, yeah, it's more accessible, you know, for people
yeah.
like yeah, our demographic, you know.
But it'd just be better too. Like, I mean, for like, I mean, people for our demographic, you know, I don't really want to go out to the club on a Friday night or to a bar, you know, like I'd rather go and be outside. You know, the simulators are nice, you
Yeah.
know, a nice thing to have, but to be able to go play in the lights outdoors and, you know, on a Friday night, have some beers with your friends and enjoy yourself in a more like chill setting rather than like, oh, we're gonna go out, we gotta Uber, we gotta do this. And it's like I feel
Yeah.
like this will be a fun new activity to do on a Friday, Saturday night out with friends. You can take your girlfriend, you know, your significant other, take a group and still have a really, really fun time, drink, you know, and not have to deal with all that other stuff, you know. Like you can bring your own beers, you're not paying $20, $60 for a drink.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's perks to that, I feel like, which I would love to see more of that. I'd be like if there was one in San
For
Diego
sure.
that had on, I'd be there all the time. I mean, we do have one called Mission Bay, but they are always turning off their lights, or they always have a reason why their lights are not on, and they're not like really bright. It's kind of
Mhm.
tough to see, but
For those of us who hit it out of the fairway sometimes, like
yeah,
how
the
we
glow in the dark
how are
balls
you doing for
are a
that?
must.
Okay, so bring a lot of balls. That's it. The other flip
The
side
glow
of
in the
that
dark balls.
equation.
We gotta get some glow in the dark balls.
Yeah, glow in the dark balls. For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, but then there's also like, you know, the cost of it. You know, I mean, I think I have a buddy that lives in Arizona and he was telling me he tried to play the grass clippings. It's like before 5 or 6, it's like $40 to play, you know, $50. But he's like, after that, for the night round, because it's so popular, it's like 120. And I'm just like, for a par three, like that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But is it the experience and the fun and the enjoyment and like, what is that to it,
Yeah,
So
that's quite a bit. Yeah.
They always have famous people there too, so that's helped them. That's kind of helped them gain traction. I mean, this course only opened like a year and a half ago too, so.
Okay.
Yeah. But you were talking about displays. We're going to talk about the glove displays. We're going to show a little bit.
Yeah, or maybe do we say that for like next time maybe, because I think we've been on here now for like, trying to keep them like 20, 30.
Yeah, we're at 35 minutes.
Okay, yeah, that's probably our longest one yet, with 15 minutes.
We went down.
Instagram algorithm.
We had some people join us, and now we have one person joining us, which might be Mike on this photo. I'm just kidding.
Well, I had to check that we were actually good at like having our video on there, man.
No, we had actually a good amount of people join this time. More than the last couple times. I think the last few times we've had like 3 people. So I think the Fridays is better. We had 1, 2, 3, like almost 10 people join us today. Okay. So thanks to all of you who decided to click on the live. I don't know if you're still on, but we'll just thank you. Appreciate it. Something new we're trying, and hope you enjoy and see a little bit of who we are and what we're trying to do here. We're really excited for the next year's gloves. I know I am. So a lot to bring to you guys, a lot to see. So ladies, give us a follow if you haven't followed us yet, because you'll love what's coming.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. So only other thing I can add is, hopefully we can, keep getting better at this process too. And a cool opportunity to like, ask questions about our products or anything like that, like so we can demo that or talk about them, or for any potential customers too down the road. So it's like, I don't want to say live selling, but also we're happy to talk about the products, or people come in and jump in, ask questions, whatever, recommendations for the type of product they want or the issue they're trying to solve in their current golf glove. So,
and you'll probably see on Whatnot, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to tell you this, Mike. You'll probably see the gloves on Whatnot. Whatnot is that live auction. So like you were talking about. Cool. So I gave some gloves to my mom's husband, who's been doing stuff on Whatnot. He has a great collection of things. I'll shout out his stuff next week. I don't have his handle on me right now, but I'll shout it out. He has some really cool, like he has a ton of Scotty Camerons, a whole bunch of stuff, but now he has some Data Funk gloves as well, so you can pick some up on there. He'll be doing some live auction stuff.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks, Izzy. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Catch you next week. All right.